basically we're gonna be killing the Exploiter Orb. That's the whole objective here today. So basically what you do is you go into the Orb Vallis once you've done those scans. If you're having trouble with the scans, go look a map up on the interweb of where those are. And we're gonna go to this cave over on the eastern side of the map where Sheik is going. And there we're going to find a very sinister discovery. So originally we were over here doing bounties and stuff, and we found an interesting thing just outside the map. There is actually another elevator that is just on the edge of the map that looks exactly like the one, well, almost exactly like the one that goes into Fortuna. And if we go over here, it looks like it's partially abandoned, and it's surrounded by a bunch of corpses of more, like, indebted Corpus people that died out here, running from something. And so when you actually have to go do the quest for this and find where the escape console is, it's down here in this cave, opposite that building. You go down here, and there's a console that has the sinister password in it. That's already inputted for you if you've done all the scans. And you go inside of here, and there's some additional story stuff that happens. Or at least there should be. The takeaway here is inside of this is an alternate version of the same type of city as Fortuna. This was another building site, and this is where they uncovered that thermia can be used to kill this giant exploiter spider.
Never made it out. Legs' folks and Zoot's sisters.
So phase one of this is you go up here towards where you'd go talk to the vent kids, and you put some thermia inside of this console to refine. That's what it was for from the vents before. And then Big Mama Spider will come down, and she's not really thrilled with us. She's actually quite miffed. And we're gonna shoot her footing out from under her. So she falls down, we can shoot her face. That's one. That's two. And now she can kadunk-a-dunk down, and we'll shoot the thermal vents out from under her. Sheik, of course, is playing as Ivara because he likes being invisible for this portion. Admittedly, I understand why. It's a lot simpler just to sneak up beside him and shoot him in the butt. Which is what I intend to— well, I'm gonna pretend like I intend to do, like I'm a fancy person. And then once you shoot all three, there's one either side and one on the back, these little thermal things. She'll go to the other side, and we're gonna start hucking cans of junk at those frozen vents. The idea is we want to damage her cooling system, the Exploiter Orb's cooling system, so that she freaks out and goes into the next phase. So each one of those vents we're going to have to hit with a thermal pod that pops out of one of these machines to make them melt so we can shoot them. Once all three of them are damaged, she'll go to the surface where we can continue to kill her. Now, in general, Sheik and I like to do this portion using operators. It's the easiest way to huck stuff once it's available. So we just grab this with our operator and go invisible by crouching. And I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna try to hit middle mouse button deftly to chuck this at one of those frozen vents on the the Exploiter Orb's body. Be careful where you're positioned and what's going on here, because she's gonna smash down and try to smash the ground around you, causing ice to spawn. Which we don't really want to deal with because it sucks. And also, there's a lot of these little bugs. These are kind of annoying, but it is what it is. We're just going to come back here, and we're going to redo this until each one of those things is kind of like leaking coolant and melted off, and then we're going to shoot all three of these vents. It'll take you a moment, and I'll admit, getting used to this portion initially is going to be awkward because the throwing mechanic in this game kind of blows. But once you do get it down, it's going to be pivotal for the rest of this fight when you move on to the next chunk. Come on, hop down. I need to throw this at you. That went places, not where I wanted, but definitely places. Okay, we'll shoot it a bit. Is this the last one?
Yeah, it's the last bit.
Yeah, we did it! But wait, there's more! Okay, so now she's gonna retreat to the surface. And we're gonna follow her up there. And basically our goal is... You may or may not have noticed that this character... It's got a lot of problems with heat. Even living on an Arctic world. It's being followed around by a bunch of those coolant spiders. And our objective now is to get it to overheat so we can start ripping expensive stuff out of her. Alright, let's try that once more with gusto.
Fortuna. She's going to attack Fortuna. Her mind has snapped. Get out there and stop her.
These guys drop like a shit ton of Hildryn. Okay, so now we have to go follow her outside. Sheik is going to be sitting in Arcwing form, sniping things for us. Because what's gonna happen is the orb is gonna be bleeding heat, like, severely. And we need to keep her from reducing her heat so she goes into overheat mode, in which reason you'll see in a minute. So my job is to run around and be the coolant monkey. The reason why this is relevant from the previous portions of this event is I have to close the rifts that she's about to open up in space and time, using the guts of these spiders. And then when they heat up, I'm going to chuck them at her until that heat gauge underneath of my minimap fills up to full. Once that does, she'll overheat, and then it's time for a good old-fashioned rodeo. Yee-ho! And then her heat meter will go up. If one of the spiders gets to her with a cooling pack, then she's basically going to go all the way back to 0 again. And we're going to have to do this something like 3 times. 3 iterations of this. Alright, she's almost full up on heat, so let's get ready for a good old do-si-do! Alright, we run up and ha-ha-ha! This looks expensive! So you rip off this, you make a nice new orifice in its body, and then you shoot into the hole. You know, like you do. Just shoot it a whole bunch. Right into the steamy hole of murder. That's right. Aha! No one asked you, Moa.
There you go.
Yeah, we did it. Now I'm gonna punch something important in your brain. Yay! It's... Oh, I guess that's the whole head. Now we just shoot him in the face. So it's worth noting that once you shoot them in the face hole several times, that's flaming face hole, not to be confused with a regular face hole, which with talking noises come out of, you want to get behind them very quickly, because that's where the goodies come from. You gotta get all of the goodies really quick, because this chick is about to explode everywhere. This booty is going to detonate. Like self-destructs are going out of style. Alright, back here, in the butt. Get that. And then jet away really fast, so you don't die. She will go boom shakalaka. Oh, and I still have to respawn. Perfect. Alright, so that's how you kill the Exploiter Orb. That's how you farm up Hildryn. I hope you've enjoyed and found this helpful. We'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody.